and welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. I'm Ashley, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. So this is something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit. Can't say a while because it just kind of recently came to mind, but it's something that I know I've needed to improve on for quite a while. It's a really big reason why I don't go off of scripts. All of my videos are improv, and I just basically go through what I need to do. I want to get better at reading, especially reading out loud and making sure that it's entertaining while I'm reading out loud. I can read in my head just fine. I've kind of gotten used to the dyslexia that I have been struggling with pretty much my entire life. It's a big reason why I didn't like reading pretty much until I became an adult and I had my own time and my own schedule to read on. It's something that I have been struggling with and I have been trying to overcome for a while now, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. I am able to read out loud every now and then, and in my head I can cope with my brain switching things around all the time, but I want to be better at reading so when I have kids I don't have to worry about reading to them, because that's something that I really want to do. I want to be able to read to my children and have them experience some of my childhood books like Harry Potter and Percy Jackson in a way that I was never able to, because my parents never really read out loud to me. My mom loved reading and my dad struggles with reading as well, just like me. I'm pretty sure that's where I get it from. So they never really read out loud to us. The only time we ever really read out loud was when we were doing scripture study and we had to read as a family. But other than that, we didn't really read out loud, especially not at home. So this is something that I have been struggling with, and it's something that I want to get better at. I have a video that's coming out a long time in the future, but it is something that I have started working on now. I want to improve my handwriting, so I've been practicing writing every day, and I also want to practice reading out loud every day so that I can be better at that. It's also going to help me have confidence reading while I'm in like church, and if I am at like a convention and I have a script that I need to follow, I don't have to pause as much and I don't have to be as nervous reading out loud, just because social anxiety and dyslexia don't really go hand in hand. They clash very much. This is something that I want to improve on so I don't have to worry about it. I feel like I'm repeating and rambling, so in this video we will be reading short stories I put on my Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, asking you guys which of the two I should do, and you guys didn't really respond. I got tons of likes, I've got tons of interaction, but none of you voted, so it's just like, vote. Let me know what you want. Only one person mentioned anything, and they wanted me to. The only one person really said anything. They're collections of short stories that I feel like I can handle for my first time reading online, and they are these two. The Complete Grimm's Fairy Tales by Jacob Grimm and Wilhelm Grimm. So these are the original fairy tales, and they are wonderful. I haven't read most of them in their original form. I have watched many of the Disney adaptations of them, but I wanted to go over the Grimm's fairy tales. And the one that one person mentioned that they wanted me to read is the Tales of Beedle the Bard from Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. I am a little hesitant to read these online just because I will probably get copyright strikes from this, but I don't want this reading to be very prevalent in my work. I mostly just want these shorter videos to be for weeks when I don't have time to edit too much, just because I'm going to be reading straight through. The only things that I'm going to be editing are the beginning and then maybe a little bit at the end. But I'm not really looking for these to be monetized. I am not monetized yet, so I don't think it'll be a big deal if I read the Harry Potter Tales of Beedle the Bard. I'm not reading the whole Harry Potter series. I'm just reading these short stories, and I'm sure I am almost 100% positive. I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty certain that there are better readings of these little short stories by J.K. Rowling. So I am in no way trying to compete with that. If you want to have a better experience with these, if you want a better experience with these stories, please go listen, watch other videos, other tellings, go find the official readings of these, because that's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this so I can get better at reading, and it's for my own personal gain. And maybe you guys can give me some pointers on what I need to improve on, or if there are like reading lessons or something that I can do. I just wanted to be able to read these just so I can get better at reading. Most of the skills in life, the best way to get better at something is to just do it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be reading short stories from this just because only one person said something. And the only person that said something suggested doing Tales of Beedle the Bard. So we're going to do that. And then once we're done with these, I will do the Grimm's Fairy Tales. I don't know when I will get to this one, to be honest, just because I'm only going to be reading one short story per video like this. And these videos are going to be rare, few and far in between. So it's just been a really hectic week. So I needed something a little bit more chill. So that's what we're doing today. I will read the first tale, which is The Wizard and the Hopping Pot. The pages are pretty scarce with words. Like, this isn't like the Harry Potter novels where the pages are completely full and it's trying to get a huge story out. These are just the short stories, and it looks like this short story is a few pages long. This one is only 6 pages long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pages long, front and back, and each one has maybe 150 words on it, probably less. So I feel like I should be able to get through these quicker. I feel like I agree with that one person because these short stories are going to take me a lot longer to get through. So if I can get through these and read these quickly and get faster at reading using these short stories, then when we do get to Grimm's Fairy Tales, I will be able to read a lot faster and it won't take me quite as long. And once I'm done with the Grimm's Fairy Tales, I want to move up to either Edgar Allan Poe's collection or H.P. Lovecraft's collection, because those are kind of the stories that inspired me to do this, because I have been taking inspiration from H.P. Lovecraft's stories to put into my campaign, The Greenbrier Bunker. So I was reading through that and it's just like, these words are really big. This is really intense reading, and I want to be able to read some of these passages out loud to my party. And so it's just like, if I can get through these and if I can get better at reading these, then I can get better at reading Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe, because those guys are classic horror, classic creepy, and I want to be able to read them. I won't be reading those to my kids until they're at least 8 or 9. They have to be older. I won't be reading these to my kids for a long time, but I do want to be able to be better at reading so that when that time comes, we'll be ready. So I feel like I'm rambling. And I want to get back on track. We're going to be reading The Tales of Beedle the Bard from Harry Potter, written by J.K. Rowling. And so let's go get cozy and read this first story, which is The Wizard and the Hopping Pot. So we will be reading The Tales of Beedle the Bard from Harry Potter, written by J.K. Rowling. Now, the first story in this book is called The Wizard and the Hopping Pot. There was once a lone... See, this is the kind of stuff that I need to be better at. There was once a kindly old wizard who used his magic generously and wisely for the benefit of his neighbors. Rather than reveal the true source of his power, he pretended that his potions, charms, and antidotes sprang ready-made from the little cauldron he called his lucky cooking pot. From For miles around, people came to him with their troubles, and the wizard was pleased to give his pot a stir and put things right. This well-beloved wizard lived to a goodly age, then died, leaving all his chattels to his only son. His son was of a very different disposition as to his. This son was of a very different disposition to his gentle father, those who could not work magic were to the son's mind worthless, and he had often quarreled with his father's habits of dispensing magical aid to their neighbors. Upon the father's death, the son found hidden inside the old cooking pot a small package bearing his name. He opened it, hoping for gold, but found instead a soft, thick slipper, much too small to wear, and had no pair. A fragment of parchment within the slip bore the words, "In the fond hope, my son, that you will never need it." The son cursed his father's age-softened mind, then threw the slipper back into the cauldron, resolving to use it henceforth as a rubbish pail. That very night, a peasant woman knocked on the front door. "My granddaughter is afflicted by a crop of warts, sir," she said to him. "Your father used to mix a special poultice in that old cooking pot." "Begone," cried the son. "What care I for your brat's warts?" And he slammed the door in the old woman's face. At once there was a loud clanging and banging from his kitchen. The wizard lit his wand and opened the door, and there, to his amazement, he saw his father's old cooking pot. It had sprouted a single foot of brass and was hopping on the spot in the middle of the floor, making a fearful noise upon the flagstones. The wizard approached it in wonder, but fell back hurriedly when he saw that the whole of the pot's surface was covered in warts. "Disgusting object!" he cried, and he tried firstly to vanish the pot, then to clean it by magic, and finally to force it out of the house. None of his spells worked, however, and he was unable to prevent the pot hopping after him out of the kitchen and then following him up to bed, clanging and banging loudly on every wooden stair. The wizard could not sleep all night for the banging of the warty old pot by his bedside, and next morning the pot insisted upon hopping after him to the breakfast table. Clang, clang, clang went the brass-footed pot, and the wizard had not even started his porridge when there came another knock on the door. An old man stood on the doorstep. "'Tis my old donkey, sir," he complained. "Lost she is, or stolen, and without her I cannot take my wares to market, and my family will go hungry tonight." "And I am hungry now," roared the wizard, and he slammed the door upon the old man. Clang, clang, clang went the cooking pot's single brass foot upon the floor. But now its clamor was mixed with the brays of a donkey and human groans of hunger, echoing from the depths of the pot. "Be still! Be silent!" shrieked the wizard, but not all his magical powers could quieten the warty pot, which hopped at his heels all day, braying and groaning and clanging, no matter where he went or what he did. That evening there came a third knock upon the door, and there on the threshold stood a young woman, sobbing as though her heart would break. "My baby is grievously ill," she said. "Won't you please help us? Your father bade me come if trouble," but the wizard slammed the door on her. And now the tormenting pot filled to the brim with salt water, and sloshed tears all over the floor as it hopped and brayed and groaned and sprouted more warts. Though no more villagers came to seek help at the wizard's cottage for the rest of the week, the pot kept him informed of their many ills. Within a few days it was not only braying and moaning and sloshing and hopping and sprouting warts, it was also choking and retching, crying like a baby, whining like a dog, and spewing out bad cheese and sour milk and a plague of hungry slugs. Gross. The wizard could not sleep or eat with the pot beside him, but the pot refused to leave, and he could not silence it or force it to be still. I just found a picture and it's kind of gross. That's the pot, and it has an actual foot. Like, I was imagining, like, you know, like the claw, like the claws from like a clawed tub or whatever. I was imagining that, but no, it's got an actual real life foot, apparently. That's kind of disturbing. At least the wizard could bear it. At last, the wizard could bear it no more. "Bring me all your problems, all your troubles, and your woes," he screamed, fleeing into the night, with the pot hopping behind him along the road into the village. "Come, let me cure you, mend you, and comfort you. I have my father's cooking pot, and I shall make you well." And with the fool pot still bounding along behind him, he ran up the street, casting spells in every direction. Inside one home, the little girl's warts vanished as she slept. The lost donkey was summoned from a distant briar patch and set down softly in its stable. The sick baby was doused in dittany and woke. What's dittany? Dittany. In dittany. This is what I do. I look up the words I don't know. So I guess this is good. Dittany. Definition. Any of a number of aromatic herbaceous. Any dittany. Any of a number of aromatic, herbaceous, or scrubby plants. Okay. Dittany. How do we start that sentence? Inside one house, the little girl's warts vanished as she slept. The lost donkey was summoned from a distant briar patch and set down softly in its stable. The sick baby was doused in dittany and woke, well and rosy. At every house of sickness and sorrow, the wizard did his best, and gradually the cooking pot beside him stopped groaning and retching and became quiet, shiny, and clean. "Well, Pot," said the trembling wizard as the sun began to rise. The pot burped out the single slipper he had thrown into it, and permitted him to fit it onto the brass foot. Together they set off back to the wizard's house. The pot's footstep muffled at last. But from that day forward, the wizard helped the villagers, like his father before him, lest the pot cast off its slipper and begin to hop once more. That's so dumb. I don't think I'm going to read Dumbledore's, because like they have a section that's Dumbledore's section, Albus Dumbledore's thoughts on it. Albus Dumbledore on the wizard and the hopping pot. I don't think I'm going to read that. I'm just reading short stories. But yeah, that was kind of fun. That only took me like 10 minutes to do, with me having to look up words and stuff. But yeah, I'm not terrible at reading out loud. I know that for a fact. I'm just not great at it. So this video might... We'll turn on the lights a little bit more. Thank you very much for coming to my read along. I want to get better at reading, and yeah. Let me know if you think I should read another one of these next time, or if I should hop over to the Grimm's Fairy Tales so that there might be a variety. If not, I will be reading this next time. But let me know down in the comments what if I should read one of these or if I should read the Grimm's Fairy Tales. But thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. If you feel like someone would enjoy this weird, I might be weird. It's more of a chill, cozy video. If you think someone would like this video, send it to them. The more people who see my content, the better off my channel will do. If you want to come along on my growing journey, I usually do more crafty content, whether it be Renaissance clothing that I sell on my website, or D&D terrain that I build for my Greenbrier Bunker campaign, or just random crafts that I want to do. I have quite a few of those that I want to do going forward. I want my channel to be more crafty, but it's turning out to be more of like an online journal where you guys can follow along and see me improve on certain things that I want to improve on, and see what I'm making this week or whatever. But right now I'm kind of going through a lot of stuff in my personal life. There's a lot of moving parts, and I'm trying to get ready for FanX, which is happening in almost exactly a month. FanX Salt Lake is September 25th through the 27th. So I'm trying to get some better product. I could probably stop now and be perfectly fine. I still have everything left over from last year, and then I have more stuff to sell that I have made on this channel. If you want to see some of that creative process, go check out that playlist. It's my sewing playlist. You can see all of the creations that I've made there. But yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to do this more chill video. If I get copyright striked for reading a single Harry Potter, 10 minutes of a Harry Potter short story, then nothing will really change, because I'm not getting monetized. None of my videos I haven't been on long enough to get monetized. I haven't gotten an exposure to get monetized. So it doesn't really matter to me. I am mostly just doing this to improve my skills and include you guys in that journey. But thank you so very much for watching. And next time I will be showing you some more sewing content, because this video will go out before my next sewing project. So thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for my next project. But either way, keep smiling and stay majestic. So yeah, the Grimm's the complete Grimm's Fairy Tale, that's a really weird title. I don't want this. I'm hoping that I will not take a million years to read, but who knows? You know what to comment down below. Which one should I do? Should I keep But crafty content, whether it be making Renaissance clothing that I sell in my company, or whether it be I know what it is, I just want to double check.